Welcome to this tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to create and insert a drop-down list. The best practice to prepare and manage the data set for the list, explain how error alerts works and how you can benefit from them, how to allow or restrict the manual entry of data not in the list, and finally, how to remove the drop-down list. Let's begin. Chapter A. To create a drop-down list, select the range of cells you want to apply the list to. Go to the Data tab, Data Validation. In the Settings tab, under Allow, choose the List option. There are two methods to include data in the list. The first one is typing in the data. This is okay if you have 2 or 3 options, yes and no for example. When typing in, separate the data with a semicolon if you are using the Excel International system, with a comma if you are using the American system. The second method is to select a range of cells that will be displayed in the drop-down list. Before doing that, it is smart usually to prepare the dataset. If your data is a list that contains duplicates, copy and paste it on a separate column. Apply the Remove Duplicates command. Once you have the unique values, sort them alphabetically by selecting them and applying the Sort command. This is very important with long lists. Now since the data is sorted, I will apply the drop-down list. Again, select the cell or range of cells, go to Data Validation and choose List. Select the range of data. By default, the list will be static and fixed with the $sign. Click OK and let's test this. You can drag the cell containing the drop-down list in any direction. This will apply the validation to the cells dragged into. You can also copy and paste the list into other cells. If I enter a new entry at the end of the list, nothing will happen since the list is static. To include a new entry, you have to select the range, go to Data Validation and expand the list. Whereas if I enter a new entry in between the list, it will be added to the drop-down list. In the Data Validation pop-up window, you can use names if you have named cells and ranges. Press F3, the Name Manager pop-up box will open. Choose the name of the range and click OK. In the pop-up window of the data validation, you have 3 error alerts you can choose from. The first one is Stop. It will stop you if you enter data not in the list and force you to adjust the entry. The second and third offer you a warning and an information alert that you should use the data from the list, but gives you permission to enter a data not in the list. You can define which text to display in all 3 cases. So let's test this. The best practice with drop-down lists is to put a list on a different sheet. It is advisable to always have a helper sheet that contains the drop-down lists, explanation for formulas, assumptions, and so on. To clear the drop-down list, select the cell or range of cells, go to Data Validation, and click on Clear All.